Former champion Mikey Garcia has a warning for Devin Haney. He says his stablemate and friend Jose Ramirez will defeat Devin Haney May 2nd. He said they made a mistake picking Jose Ramirez, a former champion. In this video, I'm going to break it down and give my thoughts. Now, Mikey Garcia did a brand new interview with Little Giant Boxing. I want you guys to hear it. The link will be in the description so you can hear it in its entirety, uncut for yourself. Notice when it comes to boxing ego, I always give y'all receipts. I don't just talk about it, I show you. A lot of people, they try to do what I do, often imitate it, but never duplicate it. But they don't really show you a lot of what they say. It's just you got to take their word for it. So me, I run things different. I run a tight ship. Roll the clip.
Obviously, you love that fight. You're obviously picking Jose to win. How does he win without giving away, obviously, the game plan?
Well, I think he's got the power to actually drop him and hurt him. But I also think Haney is, a boxer, good enough boxer, very well-rounded, that he's going to try to box. I think his game plan is going to be to box. So I could see the fight going 12 rounds, but Jose beating him enough, and dropping him maybe once in the fight and winning a decision. Now, he does have the power to knock him out, like I said, but he's going to take the right punch, and then Haney, not being able to come back. Haney was able to get up multiple times from Ryan, knocking him down, and still made it through the decision. So that kind of tells me that, it most likely can go to the distance, but I do see Jose winning.
What is the mental state of Devin? Obviously, that was a war with Ryan. He went through a lot.
I think he's going to be very gun shy. I think he's going to be very gun shy. He's not going to try to exchange. He's going to try to go to the distance. He's going to try to box on the outside. And all it takes is one punch to fucking bring back those memories, those cobs. And then Jose's got it. Jose's got that power. He's got the size also. Haney can box, but after a beat down like that, it's not easy coming back. Trust me. We've seen it in many fighters. And I think that's where we are going to take advantage.
Rosado even said himself, this is the wrong fight for Devin.
I think so too. I think so too. I think Devin Haney should have picked somebody else, someone that didn't hit hard, someone that didn't have the power, someone that was maybe also, on the way out, maybe, 2 or 3 losses out of his last, 4 or 5 fights. Someone that isn't a threat.
Right.
I think they picked the wrong fight.
Shit.
Event, big fight. Move, or the way so it's just reminders. Take the right punch, and then Haney, not being able to come back. Haney was able to get up multiple times from Ryan, knocking him down, and still made it through the decision. So that kind of tells me that, it most likely can go to the distance, but I do see Jose winning.
Whoa. You never know. Boom. You never know. Wow. So that was Mikey Garcia. Obviously, he's going to root for his boy, trains out the same gym. His brother trains him. That part is not shocking. Now, the thing that becomes a bit of a challenge in the world of boxing is when you have fighters with these noted relationships, right? Like I just told you, his brother trains, Robert Garcia, trains Jose Ramirez. Ramirez has been in the gym and been friends with the gym for quite some time. So it becomes an issue of, are you backing your guy because you're backing him and that's your brother, that's your friend? Or are you cooking and you really believe this, So that gets a bit murky, in my opinion, because you'll have people who are egging on Mikey Garcia to beat Errol Spence. I think Josecito Lopez, who's a friend of Mikey Garcia, was saying that Mikey will beat Spence. And for for me, I told you from the gate, that was one of my easiest fight predictions, that Mikey was a great fighter, that he wasn't beating Errol Spence at all, right? I said it, I meant it, I believed it, and ultimately, I was right. He almost got stopped in the 9th round. So these situations a little bit tricky. Somebody in your gym, somebody you're friends with, are you going to be impartial? Are you going to be, fair to both sides? I don't know. Now, I will say this, credit to Mikey Garcia. He didn't say anything that others who don't have a fighter going up against Devin haven't been saying. So that does give me hope that he really believes Jose Ramirez can beat Devin Haney, because nothing he's saying sounded radical. Nothing sounded like over the top, like, yeah, right. It seemed like pretty much what everyone's saying. Devin Haney is what I said, to be honest, to be fair. I said Devin Haney could have a form of PTSD, where we've seen these fighters, like even if you look at Deontay Wilder, after the tough 3 fights with Fury and the losses on the back half to Fury, I don't really feel like Wilder fought the same way after the 3rd Fury fight, after he got knocked out in that 3rd Fury fight. I mean, the Helenius fight, it was only 1 round, so it wasn't enough to gauge. So I have to go off the Parker and the Zhele Zhang fight, because they went more rounds, so you had more rounds to judge. You know what I mean? And Wilder, he fought different. Like, he seemed more conservative. He didn't seem as animalistic, as barbaric. He didn't seem like he had the confidence in the right hand that he's always showed throughout his career, right? And then Parker and Zhang beat him, won by stoppage. So Mikey's saying kind of the same stuff. He's like, we've seen it before. It's hard to come back from when you get your aura stripped away. You lose in a bad fashion. You get a beat down like what Ryan did to Devin Haney. And again, the Haneyacks, they want to keep talking about, but Ryan Osterreem. I said this before, and it's so fitting. If you went through a car crash with another car, a car wreck, you got in a car accident, doesn't really matter if the insurance sides with you and you win your claim, or if it sides with the other driver. You still went through the car crash, right? Now, obviously, some things would be a bit better if they side with you and you get a payout through the insurance because they deem the other driver is at fault. But it doesn't change the injuries and the whiplash and the memories of you going through the car crash. So that's what I liken to the Devin Haney situation, right? You can say whatever you want. Osterreem's the only reason he won and all that. But for me, the end result was Devin had to keep picking himself up. So how does he fight going forward? Mikey Garcia says, I think he's going to be gun shy. Now, the only difference, I agree with much of what he was saying about it being a difficult fight. The only thing that's, I guess, a little bit different from me being fair is I don't think Jose Ramirez has looked particularly good in quite some time. I think he has attributes that might be able to beat or befuddle Devin Haney. But as far as him putting it together in a fight, I haven't really seen too much of that. His fights with Rancis and Arnold Barbosa, again, different fights. They weren't coming off of necessarily the Ryan Garcia fight, but I want the record to show. So I don't know who wins this particular fight, but it is a crossroads fight for different reasons for both fighters. Let me know if you agree with Mikey Garcia that Ramirez is going to beat him and definitely can hurt him. I mean, we've seen Devin hurt by Jorge Linares, so I definitely think Ramirez can hurt him.